Hi everyone, this is Dr. Hussain Ali. I wish I could have been there in person today instead of recording this presentation, but I wasn't able to make it just due to my patient scheduling. I hope that this presentation is valuable and not a waste of time, but I think that this will give you all a better understanding of who I am, give you some more information and background on me and my story, and I hope that you enjoy. So thank you for taking your time to watch this and listen to this presentation. This presentation is really just a way for you all to get to know me a little bit more. I'll be introducing you to my family, my background, and my interests and hobbies, essentially my story. I really hope you don't get too bored, and if you do, hopefully Dr. Corey brought you guys some snacks and some treats to munch on to get you through the presentation. On this slide, you can see my wife Yusra, my cat Zuko, this is him as a kitten, and my nephew Isaiah. So I was born on December 19th, 1996 in Jacksonville, Florida. I lived there for a few years before moving to Commerce Township, Michigan when I was 3 years old. I lived in Commerce essentially from kindergarten to 12th grade before my family moved to Lake Orion, and we've been living there for the last 10 years or so. These are my parents, Imrana and Haider Ali. Um, they came from Pakistan when they were in their early 20s. My mom is a paralegal and works at the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. for the Department of Defense. She usually comes back to Michigan at least once a month, so every month she's back here in Michigan. My dad is an electrical engineer. He works for Stellantis in Auburn Hills. He originally came to Michigan for his job, and that's why we all moved from Florida to Michigan. He worked for Ford, GM, Chrysler, Harley Davidson. My parents are my biggest support system. They've taught me to value family, my faith, my community, but also enjoy life and its blessings to the fullest. My parents definitely sacrificed a lot to ensure their kids had better opportunities than they did, and they're the reasons I am who I am today. I am the youngest of four siblings, so yes, I am the baby of the family, and I'm reminded of that constantly. And my oldest sister is Sana. She's 10 years older than me. My brother is Hamad. He's 8 years older than me, and my other sister is Sidra. She's 4 years older than me. My siblings and I are very close, and we're constantly trying to outcompete one another, but also encourage each other to be the best that we can be. Growing up, I played a lot of basketball. It was definitely my favorite sport, and it still is, even though I'm just not as good as I once was. I was always on the slopes. I went to our local hill, Alpine Valley in White Lake, Michigan, and I was on the ski team throughout middle school, high school. I was also the captain of the varsity tennis team where I played one doubles and four singles. During the winter season, I'm still always on the slopes skiing, and recently I've gotten into snowboarding. I guess I gotten a little tired of skiing on icy Michigan slopes, wanted more of a challenge, so that's why I picked up snowboarding. And it is pretty challenging, I will say. I do love my Detroit sports, especially the Pistons and the Lions, even though disappointing seasons and pretty stressful, but I think the Pistons may be able to get a playoff win this year, so hoping for it. I still play a lot of tennis. This is my dad and my father-in-law, Yusra's dad, and my dad actually taught me how to play tennis growing up, and also even now we still play as much as we can. This is in New York City at the U.S. Open, and my goal is to get to as many Grand Slam events as possible, and maybe one day we can take a staff retreat to a Grand Slam event like Wimbledon. Who knows? Who knows? I've always been a Michigan fan. Growing up, I would represent maize and blue whenever I could. This is a self-portrait I drew in third grade, which looking back is actually pretty accurate, besides the fact that Michigan is spelled incorrectly. Not much has changed. Even in the dental setting, I'm still always representing Michigan, and given that I'm a big fan, it only made sense that I went there for undergrad. So In undergrad, I was part of the first graduating class to get their Bachelor's of Public Health, which really put a unique perspective on my vision and goals in terms of population health and more of a preventative mindset, basically addressing health issues through preventative rather than treatment. And this really put a important and fundamental lens on my approach to dentistry. So during my time at Michigan, I'm most proud of founding the student-run nonprofit called Michigan Movement. We orchestrated an initiative to aid families experiencing homelessness in Washington County and the Ann Arbor area, essentially through health advocacy and social awareness. We actively listened to the community. We didn't make assumptions. We were able to address immediate needs directly using objective data and research. And one innovation we came up with was creating healthcare-focused packages based off of the data. And these packages were made using university resources sustainably. We were widely recognized on campus and in the community for our sustainable and social impact. This is us presenting at TEDx U of M event, and happy to say that the organization still continues today to make an impact. After undergrad, I continued schooling at Michigan and completed my Master of Management at the Ross School of Business. I wasn't able to have a graduation for this degree due to COVID, but I didn't mind chilling at home and graduating through the TV. So I guess I didn't get enough of school, so I continued at Michigan, but this time over at the dental school. It was definitely interesting starting dental school during peak COVID, but it turned out great. So during my third year of dental school, Yusra and I got engaged. So this is us at our engagement. And our wedding was later that year. So this is our wedding day, and then this is our reception. So a pretty cool thing about Yusra is that she's also a Michigan undergrad graduate and a dentist, also from University of Michigan. So she is a couple years ahead of me academically, not by age. She always wants me to clear that up. So academically, she's ahead, but that allowed her to actually able to coat me at my white coat ceremony. And so here's her coating me trying to get my arms in the sleeves, and I guess we figured it out. So this is me, a dentist, with my wife, who's also a dentist, at her graduation ceremony. And this is her dad, who's also a dentist. And this is her older brother, who's also a dentist. So I'm married into a family of dentists. Yusra does have a rule that dentistry is not allowed at the dinner table or anywhere outside of the dental clinic, for that matter. And so this is a rule that I break every single day. Yusra is definitely my biggest critic, but she's also my biggest supporter, whether it's dressing up for Halloween or traveling to new places, attending special events. She's always down for a new adventure, and even if it's watching the Lions lose constantly, it doesn't matter. She's always there. She's ready to support me, and that's what makes her my best friend. After living in Ann Arbor for around 10 years, we moved south to Birmingham, Alabama, to complete my advanced education in general dentistry residency at the Birmingham VA Medical Center. At the VA, I had the privilege of serving those who served our country. As a VA resident, I was able to provide comprehensive dental care to fully unemployed or disabled vets with mostly complex medical needs. And this was definitely a life-changing experience. So this last year, and currently, I work as associate dentist at General Dental in New Baltimore, Michigan. This is a solo dentist office, but it is very busy. Um, I'm looking forward to continue my next chapter with all of you, and I hope I can continue to learn from you and grow, not only professionally but also personally. So thank you for listening to this presentation. I hope you weren't bored, and I hope you learned a little bit more about me. I guess the only thing that makes sense now is I'm looking forward to hearing your presentations from each and every one of you too. So looking forward to it. Thanks again. I'll see you soon.